Hello everyone and welcome into Coach Craig Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Tuesday, February 11th. If you join me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. I've been going over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. It's going to be a 4-game main slate on both sites. No teams on the back-to-backs. In the morning, I'll have my injury report up for all 4 games for all 8 teams, so definitely on the lookout for that, as well as injury updates throughout the day. My updated core will be posted about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, or as those changes do become available. And then I'll be posting as many of these starting lineups as I can get to throughout the night down in that comment section as well. So definitely be sure you're checking out for all that information, especially as we do get closer to lock. But without further ado, we'll start off with the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at that point guard position with Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. He is $8,400, looking for at least 42 points out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Averaging just under 43.5 so far in the season. Been playing pretty good as of late. He's kind of one of those guys that plays better on the second half of the season. And he's going against the Indiana Pacers. Pace-up spot just in general should be a good matchup for him overall. Currently, I'm projected for 45 points in this game overall. Looks like a really good value play at that point guard position, at least early on in the day. Then we move down to shooting guard. I got Grayson Allen here, who is listed as probable for this game. He is $4,900, looking for 24-25 out of him. Looks like Bradley Beal's out once again. We'll see whether or not Kevin Durant's back or not. If Grayson Allen's in that starting lineup, if he's playing big minutes once again, should be a pretty good game for him. Could be a little bit of a revenge spot for him, too, going against the Memphis Grizzlies, which is one of his former teams. And we're looking for 24-25 out of him, averaging just under 22 so far on the season, but has been playing those bigger minutes as of late and has been playing well in that extended run at the same time as well. So definitely do like him in this matchup. Currently, I'm projected for 27. Could have a little bit of upside for more, maybe a little bit downside for less if he's not in that starting lineup, or if he's not getting quite as many minutes as we do expect, or maybe, his shot's not going down overall. But definitely do like him as kind of a cheap play, at least early on in the day. Then we move down to small forward with the Sir Thompson, $5,100, looking for 25-26 out of him, playing really well as of late. Still hasn't played like extended minutes, but ever so slightly ramping him up. Very productive fantasy point producer so far on the season. Good pace spot versus the Chicago Bulls for this slate overall as well. Currently, I'm projected for 29 fantasy points. Has some upside for more, maybe a little bit downside for less, but looks like a really good value play as we do start off the day. Then we move down to the opposite side of the game at power forward with Matthias Bazulis, which probably mispronouncing his name, but $4,800, getting some extended run with the Chicago Bulls as of late. Looking for at least 24 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Currently, I'm projected for 29. Does offer a little bit of upside for more, maybe a little bit of downside for less if he doesn't go out and get quite as many minutes as we do expect. But since trading Zach LaVine away, it looks like Lonzo Ball won't be playing in this game, so there are minutes to go around for Bazulis and the Chicago Bulls team just in general. And then last but not least, we move down to that other end of the game once again with Jalen Duren at that center position, $6,600, playing really well as of late. Looking for at least 33 out of him to pay off at 5 times value, averaging just under 30.5 so far in the season. It's a softer matchup versus Nikolai Vucevic. If he's out there, if he's getting the minutes, if he's staying out of foul trouble, going to be a pretty good game for Jalen Duren once again. Currently, I'm projected for 36 fantasy points. Could have a little bit of upside for more. He always comes with a little bit of downside for less if he goes out and gets into foul trouble. But if he stays out of foul trouble, it looks like a really good play overall on this slate. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed here, you have $20,200 remaining, just over $6,700 remaining per player. So maybe a little bit more balanced build type of day. We do have some really good value picks here, but they're not quite the cheapest value picks at the same time. So maybe we get somebody else that opens up throughout the day and allows us to pay up for another star player, or maybe it's just a balanced build type of day and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but should be a pretty interesting 4-game main slate overall. But with that being said, we'll give it over to FanDuel and talk about my core picks over there as well. So we're going to start off at the point guard position once again with Jalen Brunson. However, on FanDuel, he's a little bit more expensive. He's $8,800, so we need at least 44 out of him, averaging just over 41.5 so far in the season. As I mentioned on DraftKings, he's really starting to ramp it up. He's one of those guys that typically plays better in the second half of the season. Goes against the Pacers. Pretty good matchup here, pace up spot just in general. So definitely do like him. Currently have him projected for that 44 that we're looking for out of him at $8,800. Does offer a little bit of upside for more, maybe a little bit downside for less, but a pretty solid, steady, safe option at that point guard position once again. Then we move down to shooting guard with Grayson Allen once again. You could also play him a small forward, $4,900, looking for 24-25 out of him, averaging 21 so far on the season. Playing extended minutes as of late, listed as probable for this game. If he's in that starting lineup, he's going to look pretty good. A little bit of a revenge spot for some Memphis Grizzlies, one of his former teams. And once again, at $4,900, looking for 24-25 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 26 on the FanDuel side. Offers a little bit of upside for more, as he's a guy that can go out there and get a couple steals on the defensive end, which obviously you get the extra point for on FanDuel. So definitely like Grayson Allen in this matchup overall. it's a really good pace spot, just in general, pace up spot for this Phoenix Suns team going against Memphis, who is playing at a pretty high pace, especially in games that Ja Morant has played. So definitely do like him once again. If he's not in that starting lineup, he's a guy that we might ultimately end up pivoting off of, but at least early on, looks like a really good play overall. Then we move down to smaller forward with Desmond Bane on the opposite end of that game. $7,400, did return from that foot injury in his most recent game. Didn't really miss a beat there, so looking for 37 out of him, averaging just under 35.5 so far in the season. Definitely do like his upside once again. He was playing really good before he got injured, came back, didn't miss the beat, so I definitely do like him once again. Currently, I'm projected for 38 fantasy points in this matchup overall. Then we move down to power forward with Matthias Bazulis once again of the Chicago Bulls, $5,800, so he's a little bit more expensive on this end, but playing bigger minutes as of late. He's been in that starting lineup at times for the Chicago Bulls team as well, so definitely do like that upside with him. No Zach LaVine, probably no Lonzo Ball in this game as well, so lots of minutes to go around. But with all that being said, currently I'm projected for 29 fantasy points, which is what we're least looking for out of him at the bare minimum to pay off at 5 times value. Could have a little bit of upside for more if he's playing well once again. Could have a little bit of downside for less, if that shot's not going down, if he's not getting quite as many minutes as we do expect overall. And then last but not least, on the opposite end of that game, we got Jalen Duren once again, $6,800, looking for 34 out of him, averaging just over 30 so far in the season. Obviously, there's been times this season where he's gotten into foul trouble. He hasn't played big minutes. But the one good thing for him so far this year is he's stayed relatively healthy. He's missed a couple games here and there, but nothing major, kind of like it was last year. I believe it was ankle injury that really bothered him last year. Softer matchup from the defensive end of Nikolai Vucevic. Definitely do like his upside if he's able to stay out of foul trouble once again. Currently, I'm projected for 36 fantasy points on the FanDuel side as well. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do have listed here, you'll have $26,300 remaining. Just under $6,600 remaining per player. So looking a little bit more like a balanced build slate overall. We'll see if any other value does open up throughout the day, but should make for a pretty interesting 4-game slate overall. Once again, with these smaller slates, if there's a player that you really do like, feel free to get him in your lineups. If there's a player you really don't like, just don't play them. It's pretty simple right there. Feel free to mix and match as you do see fit. But with that being said, that's what I do have in terms of my core picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for Tuesday, February 11th. And then, as always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Once again, in the morning, we'll be listing the morning injury report that will have all the injury reports for all 8 teams in play. Throughout the day, I'll be listing more injury updates as they do come out, as well as my updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, or as those changes do become available, that will be left as a pinned comment. Any other changes after that point in time will be left as a reply to that pinned comment. And then I will be posting as many of the starting lineups down in that comment section that I can get to throughout the evening as well. So definitely be sure you're checking up there, especially as we do get closer to lock. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build a community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now, we mainly just have NBA DFS going on in terms of the core pick videos Tuesday through Friday. This week, it'll just be Tuesday through Thursday since we head into the All-Star break. So definitely take some time off to enjoy it. Everything else like that. Enjoy the NBA All-Star break, all the festivities that go on with that at the same time as well. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Parlay Play, and Prize Picks. If you're a brand new user on any one of those 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match up to $2,000. So some pretty great opportunities to be had out there. If you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey as well. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you have a great rest of your day and some pretty good luck in NBA DFS for Tuesday, February 11th.